All right, welcome to Drafts and Drafts. We're going to do Lost Caverns of Ixalan quick draft here before the time runs out. So far, it's been fun set. Uh, Looking forward to mix. Beginning of each player's end step. If an artifact entered the battlefield under your control turn, look at the top two cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand, the other into. At the beginning of each player's. Yeah, I mean this is phenomenal. I've not seen this card. I haven't played it or seen it played against me. Seen there are just so many artifacts. Um, yeah, I mean, being able to get card advantage. Captain Storm is also excellent. And when I saw this initially, I thought, well, take Captain Storm and do the red blue pirates. But I think first among yeah, and blue is already so strong. So yeah, seems like a lot of luck. Dreadmaw's Ire is also uh, yeah, this is great pack. But first among play, I believe. Okay. Um, well, that's an artifact that weighs. Um, so I recently played Pit of Offerings, just because I was playing a mostly monocolored deck, and I thought, well, why not? It's slow, but it does graveyard hate, and I will say I think this is an underrated card by a fair bit. It's obviously got its limitations, it's slow in a format that is quite fast, but I really enjoyed having it. I wasn't sad to see it, and also, I mean, it does give you access to several different colors, not just your graveyard, but you can also hate your own graveyard just for the sake of getting another. Yeah, and I'm not taking it here, but shout out to Pit of Offering work that you did recently. Um, Man, a lot of great choices. Uh, Cogwork Wrestler is a great card, and but I think I'm gonna do blue white artifacts in part because spring loaded saw blades here, um, which I do like. It also flashes, so um, plays well with this. Yeah. Reliquary is also great. And I mean, it's an artifact. Everything else it does. I'll have a lot of artifacts floating around thanks to First Among. So it is a consideration. I think it's close. I don't think there's like a. I don't think there's a wrong choice between three. Um, Adaptive Gym Guard's a fine. Uh, I just don't. I don't love it. Uh, just think I want to do. It's close, but my thought here is I do have a lot of artifacts to craft with. This is a flash artifact, which gives me the trigger on their turn, in addition to my own. It just triggers once per turn at the end of each step, and so this gives me potentially an additional draw because of the flash. That's also true of Cogwork Wrestler, why I'm thinking about it. But yeah, I like the idea of just running blue white artifact control. This is more at home in an aggro. Well, I don't know. This is a complicated card. I feel like I haven't found a perfect home for it. I've enjoyed having it at it. Great home. This would keep me in blue, but yeah, Saw Blades it is. Um, it's a good card. It also likes artifacts. Wow, Master's Guide Mural. Um, yeah, this is phenomenal. It's also oh my gosh. I'm just looking at the rest of the set pack. Spyglass Siren is also really good. Miner's Guide Wing. Siren is probably the best card here, but I am going blue white artifacts and kind of already. This obviously plays well there. It also plays well in blue red pirates and aggro. Taking guide mural might be, but I just have so many artifacts coming. I'm just gonna artifacts. Man, I hate not taking Siren, but I just played with guide mural, and it's my thought process is okay. Spyglass Siren is a phenomenal card. It's very good. It's one of the best cards in the set, just because of all of the get. I mean, it's a real like it. It is a pirate or pirate consideration. It's also an artifact creator, which can activate a lot of things. Decks. It's also a flyer that just chips in for damage. It can make itself into 2-for-1 off of the Explorer, off of the map token. So it's just an all around value house. Uh, Guide Mural is more niche and also just not the same sort of value. You get a 4/4 for 5, do more thing to get the rest of the value. But Spyglass Siren is part of a plan to win, and Guide Mural is really in and of itself game providing effects coming in. But even if you just have, it's still a great way to make 2/4/4s. But realistically, stumble in triggers on. I'm just gonna take it. Spyglass Siren's probably the Miner's Guide Wing is, but Guide Mural it is. I really like. Okay. Hmm. Mhm. Well, I don't like that. I don't. These aren't the cards that I don't like. Dismantler. It's fine. It's fine. Uh, Making the 1/1 overcosted. It does create artifacts, which is nice. In this, I mean, it's going to be hard for me to. Uh, hmm, I guess. I guess Tinker's Tote is the play. Makes artifacts. It fills the board with artifacts. Um, which I mean, I do care about crafting. I'm happy to craft this instead of getting. I can also craft with a little run around. Um, yeah, I don't really care about making tea, but yeah, I guess Saw Blade, the Blade Wheel Chariot, I can guys. Yeah, I guess there's just not a reason. Also gives me Iron Paw Aspirant's also a pretty and I am thinking about it, but ultimately I'd rather just have all of the reasons. I haven't seen this card at all. Uh, but okay, hear me out. Uh, so Brackish Blunder is the best card here. It also makes an artifact. That's awesome. I love. It. It's a great card. Helping Hand is fairly limited. It puts a creature onto the battlefield. My thought is First Among Equals is so good. that having a helping hand to get it back from the graveyard. This is a card that they. I mean, it's too much card advantage. It's gonna come easily. They have to. It, and so my thought is, so long as it's not exiled, which is kind of a hard thing to do. Helping hand would be a way to get it out of my graveyard. Also, if I have like an inverted iceberg, or yeah, then there's a chance that I mill this card, which I don't want to. So having essentially two copies of it in a roundabout way to me. Um, there's also a lot of great 3 drops or less. I hate that it comes in tapped, and Brackish Blunder is probably their card because a lot of reasons, but take Helping Hand. They don't get. Okay, Unlucky Drop is excellent. Chart of Course is pretty good. I guess Unlucky is the uh, or by Miner's Guide. Yeah, I mean, not not very aggressive, more of a mid deck here. Card advantage. So I am thinking then drop, and Miner's Guide Wing is really good. Um, but I think I unlucky drop to sort of roll element of this. I only have one creature. um, I'm gonna unlucky drop and hope to see some shipwreck syndrome. Uh, I am sort of in. Well, okay, this will keep me from getting run over. Cosmian Blast is also. Um, Herald Scouts, fine. I'm gonna go Dismantler. The reason is it's a blocker, a pretty effective blocker. It also does have the artifact destruction, which I get to pick. I'm probably going to be hitting next to some. Okay, it breaks. Automatic. I just this is okay. I have a lot of artifacts floating around, or at least back to. Um, but yeah, I think shipwreck. I was just about to. Same reason. I mean, this is this is a fine card, but shipwreck's interest. It loves being in a deck full of artifacts, and itself keeps me. Gym Guard and Wrestler. I do like Gym Guard. I think it's a pretty good. It just with all of the bounce floating around. I mean, I've bounced this a few times. It just I don't like it when my opponent plays it, but I'm also not very worried about it. And Hogwork Wrestler is a card that I have used effectively. Um, it's a surprise blocker. It also does trigger this on their turn, so it could replace itself in that synergy. And it also turns on Shipwreck Sentry. I could do it pre-combat to go ahead and swing with this if I wanted to, and then also debuff the anticipated blocker to get in some damage. I don't think I'm playing that aggressively. That is just so Wrestler. Ooh, okay. Well, Sunscribe is excellent and tempting here, but I just think Miner's Guidewing is too good. Um, it's just too good. It's a 1/1 flying vigilant that leaves value behind. Um, it's just too good. This is the synergy pick, obviously, but I just Guidewing is just a better card. Sometimes I pick it. Um, I guess I'm not going to play green. So, companion I may take. It does create two, or I may play. It does create. Um, I'm not. Maybe the other. Zoetic Glyph. Nice. Um, perfect. Exactly what I want in this deck. Uh, yeah. Boy, oh boy. Happy to see. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm happy to take a Guidewing. I guess it's not. There's no synergy here, so I don't feel great about it. But yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Bloodstone Needle is excellent. Um, it is itself an artifact. Helping Hand. Wow. Uh, it is a craft target. Um, hmm. I really don't like eaten by piranhas. It's just never what I want it to be. I like it's just not it's it's just not the removal. Um, I don't know. I've had it in some awkward scenarios where it just wasn't helping me at all. Tough to have. I don't know. Hard to explain, but like for instance, where I use this eaten by piranhas on a zoetic glyph, and my thought was I was going to make 5 4 1, but zoetic glyph only enchants artifacts, and eaten by piranha drops the artifact tag, and so I did get rid of creature, but it discovered three cards that, and that's that's just the one time, but you get burned by removal one. Market gnome choice does work. There is synergy. Ooh, okay. Tempting to take Gem Guard here, because it is itself an artifact, and it does benefit from having artifacts on the board. Keep talking about having artifacts on the board. But Waylaying Pirates is uh, better than it looks, and I'm gonna have an artifact on the board. Ooh. Hmm. Hmm. So this is good, not synergistic, but just Petrify, also not synergy, but is solid. Um, Waylaying Pirates, some synergy, but I do think that Petrify is marginally better. Uh, uh, this is, I think I take. Hey, Zoetic Glyph. Wow, 6/7. That's not. Landmark is solid. I like the Scry. I do think I just take the Wrestler though. Vanguard of the Rose. Uh, I mean, okay. I mean, it's a solid 2 drop. It does a thing. Deconstruction Hammer is also great. And it's an artifact. I'm not gonna look. Hidden Cataract, Suffering. Pirate Hat is just 3. Okay, I could play Acrobat. Tunnel Grinder. This is fun. Makes boar counters. When you flip it, you can discover X. But it's not what I want. Spyglass Siren is, I think. Um, Inverted Iceberg is tempting. I love the card that it transforms to, and also getting there. Um, this makes an artifact. Also, just a card. Hmm. It's close, I think. It's close in part because I have so many drops that are also great, and I just kind of wonder how many of these. I think the answer is I'll play a Spy Siren, and maybe a Miner's Guidewing. I don't know, but um, yeah, an Inverted Iceberg is excellent. Siren is, and it does make an art. Picking again. Ooh, this sucks. This is I'm not gonna. Really wants to be back. There are a lot of cards that I don't graveyard. Considering helping him bring back first a month. Crack shot. Don't really need props. I'm in sort of a weird situation because I don't really want to play these, and so I guess I'll just take the Hulk because uh, I guess I unlucky drop here. Loving this. Um, I want to land. Nah, I puzzled for so many. Aren't the cards? Guide Neural really is Zoetic Glyph. It gets everything in the deck. Um, okay. Um, I actually can my deck here. So this is just making quick cuts, and I may cut a. This is what I'm looking at. This is 12 creatures, 8 artifacts. Although there are some other artifacts. Eyeglass. Trying to see if any. So I don't really need creatures. The pup is. I like the pup. I also like Gem Guard. I also like Brackish Blunt, which does make an artifact, makes it a consideration. But Lodestone Needle is, I think, the better card. Also, yeah, it's something I can craft with. It's something I can do craft if I just operation, or whenever this crafts, um, it leaves play and then comes back into play. So it would also trigger the first among equals. So yeah, all around what I like. Um, I really don't need a wrestler, but Brackish Blunder, okay. Ton of value in Courtyard. I'm fine with being. All right, fine. I'll take the gym guard. I've been handed so many. I feel like arena. Consider it. I'll consider. I already have a scout I cut, so I'll throw this. Probably not gonna play it. In collar and staggering size, man. They're great cards. I mean, a lot of great green cards here. All right, 2 cuts. Uh, it's tempting to cut a land actually, just because my curve is so. 9 artifacts, 12 creatures. This is also an artifact, so that's 10. This is a conditional artifact, which is 11. Would like to have. Does make 3 artifacts, or makes 3 artifacts for crafting purposes. Companion makes artifacts. Gym Guard is its, and it does sort of give me another engine, albeit something to tap things. Only as a sorcery though, but there's just not that much that I guess tapping Lodestone absolutely puzzled. Or my thought being like, I don't really want to cut an artifact, but it does stick around, which makes a great craft target. It doesn't do anything. Benefits me. I almost feel like for that deck. I'm also good on 2 drops. It's tempting to cut down a, but I feel like I need to buy my. This is my. Poetic Glyph is also coming. I guess I'm sort of damage in the air, maybe control on the ground. Uh, I got some. This is a bizarre deck that's sort of working itself. I have tempo cards. I have. I don't know. A little bit worried looking. Just not quite. I could cut the pirates for a gem card, just to have another artifact. This benefits from artifacts, but I don't know how aggressively I'm swinging, and so maybe frozen. Comes a 4/4 almost to do. So that's a consideration. Tinker's Toad is the sort of thing that can be capped. Card also. I do have some. Guidewing is a little bit awkward here, but I think it's just. I do think this is wild, and I know. I do think I'm going to cut Waylaying Pirates for adapted card. Kind of for the. Also, way out. Nine and 50. I can. Be a landmark actually, because it does give the trigger for the first among. It also does let me scry. Good turn one play that I already have. Uh, Acrobatic Leap would be nice because I have a surprising number benefit. My honestly, I don't like this, but I think maybe I want it more than my because I am light on turn three. This is a solid turn. Keeps me from getting run over. It leaves. It can trade and then leave an artifact on the all these things. Uh, Want to flip over. It's also sackable to the Vanguard. Yeah, it in it. I don't feel great about my choices. This is a pretty complicated deck to build. And I ended up doing things that I hate. Um, and that's never a good feeling because now I'm thinking, well, go back through my own picks and see what I regret. I think I'm going to turn one and turn two, play, and then. Ooh. I'm definitely playing. Doesn't tap, so I don't get. Right now, we're just trading. I don't have any artifacts. Okay, there they go. I mean, that's a great combo. I could just block to keep the damage out. I'm not going to do that. So they probably should have saved that trick. Vanguard of the Rose is not a terrible card. It trades well against aggro. Uh, Tempting. So they are tapped out. This treasure token goes away. Don't really want to take full like that. But it is what it is. My thought process is they now have to play a creature. And yeah, the dowsing device does give uh, haste, but I have a solid block, which I will play with mana up. So I could sack the guy, make it indestructible, and so regardless of which one they target, if they targeted something, respond quickly. Um, Either sacking the guide wing to make it indestructible, or so here I think I just block with the guide wing, pump the road. I can drop the scout next turn. Okay. I'm gonna just block with it. Uh cool. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Hmm. It's tempting to swing in with the rose, do 4 damage, put them at 14 for anything they have on, and I can always drop the scout later. It's 3 over the top, but this does gain me, and I can always sack these. Or I could just drop. Hmm. My thought is whatever hits the ground is coming hasting, so I want to be able to block it or something else, and this lets me do. So I think I am just gonna numb now, drop later. Okay. They could give the volcano. Ooh, they're not. Oh, oh, it has to be an artifact. Okay, that worked out. Sometimes cards aren't as good as I think. I do think I need to drop as uh, uh actually little do they know I have the sneaky. They can graveyard hate, but it dies. They okay. I am going to drop the scout and ooh, nice. Okay. This lets me needle. Uh, hmm. I could drop in. I think I'd do that. Even I can just swing in for here and prevent. Well, okay. So the scout comes in over the top for three. This does trigger. No, there's no reason for me. So I can gain 3 life on the toad. I also have the needle to tap something. I can block the conservator, get off out of consider. They now have the 4 artifacts they to trigger that. I need. Uh, so they have to trigger that, and obviously I lodestone. That was a great choice for me, for my benefit. So I do have lethal on the crackback here. So I mean, if they swing, I don't block, and I. Yeah, that's fine. That wasn't what. Yeah, cool. Emptying to tote. Uh, ooh, I love that. Um, so they block with the conservator, and I think I just Cogwork wrestler. Ooh, that's not what they want to do. Now I can Cogwork that for maximum. Oof. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean that was great for them. Ooh, but they don't control an artifact. Oh man. Oh wow. Yeah. Yikes. That's tough. I was thinking they were gonna stun us. Ooh. Okay. By the hair of my chinny chin chin. Uh, Rose guy ended up being, uh, yeah, pretty solid for me. I definitely appreciated that. All right, let's take a quick break.